Yo, good morning. We have the last batch of transfigured gem dropped pretty late last night my time, so I saw them and I wanted to sleep on it, make a little video because all the Carrion Golem gems came out, and it's pretty disappointing for Carrion Golem, unfortunately. Just gonna talk about what happened here and why this is such a big, essentially nerfed Carrion Golem, especially Carrion Golem of Hordes got like really nerfed, and it's kind of strange. People mentioned in the comments that they thought the buff was going to get taken away from Carrion Golem. I'm like, yep, this buff will get taken away. And then this line is inherent to Carrion Golems. Apparently, no. Apparently, that is just gone too. I want to talk, so let's doctor this up and go over kind of what happened. This is the regular Carrion Golem as of 3.23. Pull this from the new gems page. I want to just go through and cross out what I expected to happen here. So I expected this line to be removed, and then this line from the text of the golem. This is what the line that grants a buff to other minions. The weird thing when you read this is you go, the Carrion Golem attacks with a series of slashes that increase, and then the Carrion Golem deals more damage for each of your non-golem minions near it. This to me read as this is inherent to the Carrion Golem and will stay with it. It's not a buff that's granted, it's just part of the Carrion Golem. Apparently, what GG read was this will also go away. This is a buff, apparently, that it's granting itself. And then this line will go away. And we end up with this Carrion Golem of Hordes. That's a pretty big damage loss for Carrion Golem of Hordes. I don't really know why. This wasn't a meta skill. This wasn't anything insane. Basically, it just took damage away inherently from the Carrion Golem, which is incredibly weird to me. None of the other of Hordes versions of these gems got their damage taken away from them. And so yeah, pretty upsetting. They just lost their buff effect. This lost its buff effect, and it lost its inherent damage. Thanks. So, it's a damage loss. I'll talk about what we can do to combat that. I'm still going to play this build. And quickly wanted to touch on Carrion Golem scavenging as well. Looks interesting. Biggest problem for me with Carrion Golem scavenging though is that it's going to consume corpses to do an ability that unleashes a devastating Cascade of Bone. This is different than the wording the other ones, so I'm assuming this is a powered up version of Cascade. Biggest problem it has, it's going to consume corpses, so this isn't eat into your desecrate pool. On bosses, it's going to probably, I don't know if you'll be able to have your offerings up, because this will eat the corpses as well, or one of them will never be up, I assume, because you're either going to use the corpses for your offering, or you're going to use corpses for this. This is kind of a weird one. I'm probably just going to cross this one off. Did the math on these two. Carrion Golem of Hordes is still stronger than regular Carrion Golem. Even the +2 golems is still stronger, even without the damage increase. It's just not as good. Let's pull it up in PoE. Just want to explain why. So this was the original setup, assuming that it had the buff. So we'll leave it as it is. You can go into the config page and go under number of non-golem minions. Basically, you set this to 0. That's like not having the buff. You'll see our damage goes down quite significantly. It's still good. It's still playable, but quite significantly. We leave it, so that is 6.4 million. If you leave it on 10, but then you have to switch to 3 golems, you're down to just flat 6. So having more golems is still better, just not as good. Yeah, just really surprised by this change from GG. Wasn't really expecting it. Still gonna leak start this. If it gets really bad, guys, and you need something to switch to, definitely switch to SRS. You can literally plop in SRS as your 6 link, and this kicks off. I'll probably go for animate weapon ranged version ability if this gets really bad, just because I think that ability is gonna be super fun. Other than that, let's get ready for league start. Y'all have a good day, and catch you later.